What if the most famous unfinished church in the world was actually a book, and its walls were the pages? Look up at the Sagrada Familia, and you don't just see a church. You see a forest of stone, a symphony of color, a puzzle carved into the skyline of Barcelona. But most people walk right past its deepest secret, because these aren't just walls. They're three massive, intricate storyboards, each one telling a separate, breathtaking chapter of a spiritual epic. And the architect, Antoni Gaudí, didn't just design them to be beautiful. He encoded them with symbols, numbers, and hidden meanings that most visitors never notice. So what are these facades really saying? And why did Gaudí believe that architecture should speak? Let's start with the one that faces the rising sun. The Nativity facade. This was the first one Gaudí completed himself, and it's the most organic, bursting with life. But look closer. Every sculpture, every vine, every strange creature has a role. It's divided into three portals: hope, faith, and charity. And above them, a swirling tree of life climbs toward heaven. But here's what's fascinating. Gaudí didn't just carve biblical scenes. He filled this facade with real nature: turtles, chameleons, plants native to Spain, to show that divinity exists within the living world. He even modeled some figures on local citizens, making the sacred feel personal, immediate. This facade celebrates birth, creation, and joy. But then you walk around to the opposite side, the Passion facade, and the tone shifts completely. This one is stark, angular, almost brutalist. The figures are gaunt, skeletal, carved with sharp lines to evoke suffering and sacrifice. It tells the story of Christ's crucifixion, and every detail is meant to stir emotion. The numbers here are intentional. There are 16 lanterns, representing the 16 characters in the Passion story. The columns lean inward, as if the whole structure is collapsing under the weight of grief. But hidden in this severity is a mathematical code. The magic square carved into the wall, a grid of numbers that always adds up to 33, the age of Christ at his death, is a quiet stroke of genius. It's a facade that doesn't just tell a story, it makes you feel it. And then there's the one still emerging from the cranes, the Glory facade. This will be the largest and most monumental of the three, facing the city as the main entrance. Unlike the others, it represents the path to salvation, death, judgment, and eternal life. Gaudí left only sketches and plaster models for this facade, but his vision was grand and deeply symbolic. Plans show a massive porch supported by 7 columns, each dedicated to a spiritual gift, like wisdom, courage, and reverence. The entire structure will be crowned with a central tower representing Jesus, surrounded by 4 evangelists and 12 apostles, a heavenly hierarchy in stone. But what's truly remarkable is how Gaudí wove his beliefs into every choice. He saw the church as a microcosm of the universe, so he used geometry found in nature, hyperbolic paraboloids, spirals based on sunflowers, to give the building life. He studied light for hours, positioning stained glass to flood the interior with specific colors at specific times of day. He even designed the spires to be exactly 1/10 of Montjuic Mountain's height, because he believed human creation should harmonize with God's. The Sagrada Familia isn't just a building under construction. It's a conversation across time, between Gaudí's 19th century vision and 21st century engineers who use 3D modeling to interpret his plans. It's a structure that teaches without words, using shape, light, and symbol to convey ideas about faith, nature, and human destiny. And when it's finished, someday it will stand not as a relic of the past, but as a living story still being told. Which of the three facades speaks to you the most? The joyful nativity, the stark passion, or the future glory? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Wonder Explorer for more journeys into the world's most astonishing designs.